What would I do with $1 million? It's very easy to be like, yes, I will keep it and live the rest of my life very happy. But let's look at history and what those people that have kept most of the money that a country has to themselves and what that has done. You know, I've done a lot of research on a lot of things recently, such as the Irish potato famine, the Great Depression in the USA, and it's been shocking to find the things out that people have done. For example, one fact, in the Great Depression, 5% of the citizens in the United States owned 33% of the country's wealth. 5%. That's shocking. That's absolutely shocking. So being rich, you can be rich and you can have a lot of money, a lot of freedom to your name, a lot of liberties. But is that what life is about? For me, life is definitely about making an impact on people. Making an impact on people where I can be like, hey, do you need some help? How can I help you? What do you need help with? Do you need some money for this help, or do you need some sort of resource to help you along the way? How can I help you? And yes, can I get a return on investment on the investments? The thing is, like, if I'm going to give money to someone, yes, I would want it back, because if I just keep giving money and money and money, more money out to people, you know, I'll get broke very quickly. So if I had $1 million, the first thing I'd do is I'd make sure that I can maintain it. So I'd put it into an area where I can get an income with all the outgoings. So it might be investing in some sort of hospitality, something like some sort of service, whatever it might be, or maybe just buy properties and put in the money so I can get that back, so it's protected in assets. But for me, I wouldn't be one of those people that would want too much back to earn a profit, as I see a lot of people struggling from a lot of selfish people out there. And it's important to know the difference between being selfish and selfless. A lot of the time when people have a very big luxury in life, and now in this day and age it's money, they just spend it. If they want to spend it, they just spend it. They go broke. You look at all these athletes that played NBA, NFL, AFL, or anywhere that these athletes have earned a lot of money from, and they spend their money on a lot of useless things. Just give money at, like, you get some money, you get some money, you get some money. They're like Oprah. And they don't get a return on investment on their outgoings. There's a former NBA player, and like way back, I think in the 1980s. So this guy, he spent a lot of his money on franchises and just spending it so he can maintain the income when he's spending a lot of money. So once he spends money, he can make money. So you get all these NBA players that spend money on parties, just living a flash lifestyle. But then you get this guy that's still rich to this day, far richer than a lot of those athletes out there that spend a lot of money and get little back, and you find that they are broke. Wealth management is the big thing for me. So if I had $1 million, first thing would be wealth management. So I hope it makes clear that it's not just going to be about me when I look at how much money I take in, because when I know how much money I'm taking in, I know how much money I can give out. That I know I can give out and make effective. So if I say make somewhere between $5,000 to $10,000 a week on the hypothetical level from earning money from my assets, I'd say give out, you could say maybe give out 4,000 of that to the community. And you say you can take about 3,000 of that to live for yourself, and you've got another $4,000 that you can choose to put elsewhere in terms of personal investments, business investments. You can use that money to put elsewhere. That way I've got a substantial amount going out to the community to try and get things up and running, and then that way you can see the return on investment because you can see happier people. However, it's like, in a way, yeah, like if you give out money, the thing is, to some degree, it goes nowhere. However, the thing is, you need to, which is my theory, but you need to figure out how to give that money out. So is it by setting up a business where you can let people pay for a service? And that service might be something along the lines of, say, coaching, in terms of those people that have never really had an education in their life, that they get enrolled into a partially or fully subsidized program that allows for them to learn how to learn. Okay, there's a lot of people out there, surprisingly enough, that have a real hard time learning. It's not because they're dumb, they just never were taught how to learn. Everyone's different. You'll be surprised how many people are different out there. And that's one thing that I think is important, is teaching people how to learn and hold on to information. Information retention is something that people really need to develop to learn a new skill, or like develop a business. Like if someone has a business and they really want to grow the business and they really struggle to retain information, then it's the methods of study that these people need to work on, so they can retain information their way. So that's how I'd spend my millions of dollars, or my $1 million, is by giving it to the community. Then I'd also spend the money on another element where I'd give the businesses an opportunity to have someone mentor them in a way where they are not left alone. They have got a reliable source of information. The issue with this particular topic I'm talking about, which is reliability of information with business coaches, is you cannot trust the majority of them. Those that are really good at their job, they are all the way up there. So you cannot trust the majority of them. There's a lot of people that know how to run a business but do not know how to teach it. Go same with sports. There are those that know how to play but know fuck all about coaching. That's the truth. That you can be really great hands-on, but communicating, shit house. So I definitely want to get those people on board, to help these people out, to organise some one-on-one mentoring with those that want the help. Then the next thing that I'll do then is I then ensure that I get some sort of a return on an investment. So it might be like, if this business gets big enough, might be asking to put my logo on their, say, business cards, brochures, websites, whatever it is, as a partner. So that way people can recognize my brand and what my brand is doing by working with these businesses to set up a business where these people can live a very fulfilling life. And so with that brand's very much undecided on what the brand is going to be. But for me, it's going to be something like a wellness center, health wellness, something like that, where people can work on being the best version of themselves, where this is something that would be unsubsidized. So kind of like a gym with a psychologist attached to it, or a counselor, or a sports coach, physio, everything like that. That's what the brand would be. It could be another thing that I might be wanting to get out there as my main business. This way, when these businesses grow, I can get a lot of attention because of the logo. So when these people put out their advertising with my logo on their cards, on their brochures, whatever it is, they can then associate the great work that is being done with that business, the leads, hot leads and all that, can associate the great work that's being done with that business, then come to mine. So really the aim is to get a lot of attention by having my logo out on other businesses, to then refer people to my business where I'll be advertising myself. Now these programs, what I'd be doing with these businesses that I'd be helping is I'd be having these people pay something, because the only thing is that when you pay something, you've made that financial commitment, so you've got to follow through with it, because it's a bit of a risk. Then it's my job, well, our job as a company, to ensure that we follow through by providing those people with enough resources where it's left up to them to perform. But they're not alone, as they will be guided every step of the way in order to be a better version of themselves. There's a lot more that I can see myself spending money on, because there's a lot of things out there that a lot of money isn't being spent on. And that's one of the biggest things that I think people need to do, is to spend money on people in general. Life is too good, and there's a lot of people struggling because they are victims of their surrounds. It's unfortunate, but you know, this does influence a lot of people's decisions. Anyway, I hope you learned a bit about me and what I do with $1 million. I definitely give it back to the community after I look after myself, because if I give money out and I'm not making enough to maintain that million, then I may as well just give it all away and just pretend it never existed. So that's what I'd do, is I'd first look after myself before I look after other people, as I'm not playing this game of life to just better myself, because I want to benefit a lot of people in life. Anyway, what would you guys do with $1 million? I would love to know. Comment down below on the video with what you'd do with $1 million. I look forward to it. Please look out, and please help me out, because I want to help you guys out as well. That's why I'm here. So please subscribe, comment down below, and like my video. Would love to hear some ideas, some sources of creativity. I would love to hear any feedback you've got, anything you want to see, anything. Anyway guys, I will see you in the next video.